What's up, internet world? It's your boy Jermaine, back with another video, back with another in real life walking video. I thought we would just go on a little walk around the city because it is the holiday, well, the day before Christmas, so Christmas Eve. Isn't Christmas Eve like an official holiday now? But anyway, we're walking in downtown. We're gonna go towards Union Square. It's not too poppin' right now because it is the financial district. But in like 3 or 4 blocks, we will be in Union Square, and there is quite a bit of action going on in Union Square because this is the last shopping day. So for now, we'll get this video started. For some reason, I love the city when it's dead. I can't wait to go out and film tomorrow on Christmas because it will be really, really quiet and dead. I mean, it's Christmas Day. Like, most people won't be out and they won't be in the city. So that's a great time to go and explore. But that's pretty much what I got going on. Got a video going, so we are in the middle of the street. There's no cars here right now. And what do I got going on today? Today is kind of a busy day, actually. I've been working some of the apps on the Uber app. I need to get some hours in, but looks like I'm gonna get those in because it's been pretty busy. Been doing a lot of deliveries lately. Deliveries are a lot of fun. I like doing deliveries much more than driving people around. It seems like driving people, you get more people to drive, but the rides are so short, you know. $4, $5, $6, you know, you do them really fast, right? However, when you're doing deliveries, it's a little bit different. It's very different with deliveries. You take longer, right? A delivery might be an hour. I was looking at some deliveries I had earlier today, and I'm talking about an hour, and that was just 3, you know? So deliveries are very, very different. Also, you don't have to worry about people in the car. Yeah, deliveries are way different. This is this place is actually starting to come back a little bit. The Crocker Gallery, but it is far from back. But there are a few places actually kind of opening up. We'll kind of walk around fast. We'll kind of walk around quick here. Security guards don't like for people to film here, so they may run me off. But if they do run me off, I won't cut the camera off. Sometimes they will bully you and say, oh, you have to cut the camera off. But I will just say, look, I'm not going to cut the camera off. I'll just leave, you know. So that's the name of the game here. Wow, look at these old school things. You know, if you have young kids, you might want to ask them, hey, what are these for? So back in the day, men, gosh, I don't even know if you can say men nowadays. That's kind of sexist. But men used to wear suits, and they would get their shoes shined because they would wear shoes. They would wear shoes to go with the suits. But I guess nowadays, how things are going, I mean, you know, these things are not really popular anymore because guys don't wear suits like they used to. You know, men used to wear suits all the time. But in this city, I hardly ever see suits. You know, every now and then you see guys dress up, but you don't see too many suits around. Yes, this place is a ghost town. That door just opened up. I just saw that door open up and I don't see anyone over there. Yeah, there's nothing really open on this level. I want to say that shop, a luggage store, is new from the last time I filmed here. Yeah, I don't even see a security guard here today. Usually you see a security guard like walking around. Or mainly you see 2 or 3 security guards together, you know. I don't see any right now. Looks like everything is closed. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this place is not open. I thought that place was open. The VIP luggage and leather, but I guess not. I mean, since we're already here, let's go up to the 3rd level. The escalators are still on. Roof Garden. I don't remember what that is. I don't know if I've been there. This restaurant's open. And then there's additional seating over there. Because I guess sometimes maybe this all fills up or something, or maybe it's cold. There is no one here. It's a ghost town. I'm not filming this on Christmas. But once again, the financial district's kind of dead now. I just wanted to pop in here real fast and show y'all. We'll keep heading towards Union Square. Because Union Square, like I said, I drove through there earlier and it was popping. It was pretty busy in Union Square. Okay, yeah, there's a security guard there, so there's definitely one. We'll get out of here. I wonder are those bathrooms open up there? Probably not, because I see a keypad on the door, so you probably need a keypad to go in there. All right, let's bounce before security guard comes over. We will leave the premises. This is a really cool building here. This gold outside. Looks like that was probably a really, really cool building back in its day, in its heyday. Its heyday is not today. Yeah, as we're walking through, so much to see. So much to see. Last time I made one of these videos, people were just pointing out different things that I just didn't notice. So I love it when y'all point out things that I don't notice, or I just didn't notice before. Look at that shoe store. Place is looks like they're selling shoes. They're all lit up. So this place here, Blue Bottle, is getting really popular in the city. So this location right here used to be a Starbucks. Now it's turned into a Blue Bottle. I've also noticed another trend that's been going on in the city with old Chipotle restaurants. I've noticed that there's 2 old Chipotle restaurants that were closed down, and now they're like they're Mexican restaurants, but they're not Chipotle. They're like sort of local Mexican restaurants. There's one on New Montgomery. It just opened up in an old Chipotle location. It's Street Taco, which is, I think Street Taco is a local chain. It's pretty popular. And then there's an old Chipotle location in Union Square that is now another Mexican restaurant. Look at these places. A lot of these places are popping up all over the city, bro. Smoke shops, right? They are popping up all over the city. Smoke shops are popping up, and a lot of really weird Indian and Arabic restaurants are just popping up like everywhere. Maybe I'll do a separate video talking about, maybe I'll go around and show 10 different restaurants and point them out and talk about them. But I've noticed that these places are new. I'm pretty sure they probably got like funding or grants from somewhere, right? Because so many of them have just popped up. Well, none of them are busy, right? And another thing I've noticed, not only are they not busy, I don't notice them on the apps, right? So you might have a new restaurant pop up, and when a new restaurant pops up, what most people do is they will put that restaurant on Uber Eats or DoorDash. So this way they can get more business that is not foot traffic, okay? But I've also noticed that like these places are new, but they don't have any foot traffic, and they're not on any of the apps. And I also don't see delivery people like going to those locations. So it just makes me wonder, like, wait, what is really going on here? You know, a lot of these places, I don't know, the smoke shops actually have a better chance of staying in business. Believe it or not, a smoke shop is not that bad of a business, right? Because yeah, you might sell smoking accessories, but the profit margins on smoking accessories is actually kind of high, bro. You know, if you're selling glass pipes for $20, you can get those pipes in LA wholesale district for like $4, $5. And the thing about glass pipes, instead of selling food, glass pipes don't go bad. You don't have to refrigerate glass pipes, right? Unlike food, you have a whole lot more things you have to jump hoops for, jump through hoops for. You know, you need refrigerators in the back. You need, you know, health inspectors. You know, you constantly have to buy food. You constantly have to have shipments coming in like every week. A smoke shop, yeah, you need shipments coming in, but it's not the same type of shipments like definitely not the same type of shipments like a restaurant would need. So yeah, businesses that are smoke shops, I can kind of see how they can survive. All right, we got Starbucks here on the corner. I kind of want some coffee right now, but it's way too late to have coffee. I think I need to lay off of the coffee. It was a time I was drinking coffee at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't think that's a good idea for me. Definitely don't think that's a good idea. But like, I kind of really want some coffee right now because I'm walking by Starbucks. I remember this location here used to be a CVS. Now it's, you know, for lease forever. Oh, we're gonna jaywalk. Don't snitch on me. Well, the light just changed, so we all good. Let's actually go down. Let's go down Union Square because this area is kind of festive. I made a bunch of reels around here in this area, but let's actually go through and make a little video. There is the Apple Store. Honestly, the Apple Store is probably the busiest store in San Francisco, bro. For sure. Because think about it, who doesn't have something from Apple? I mean, I get it. There's those Android people that say, oh, I don't have anything that's Apple. Yeah, I get it. But most people have an Apple product, right? Most people do. There's a bunch to see in this area right now. There's the ice skating ring. You know, for years, I've never went to this ice skating ring. Never been through here. Let's actually walk through here. Don't you love the Christmas caroling? All sorts of stuff to buy. All kinds of vendors, you know. Last minute gifts. I love the blue ground here. They put down. Got some good music playing. People out getting loose. She got the penguins. What is this thing? It's like a little iceberg or something? It's the winter walk. Take your photos there in the middle. don't know. I may need help with this question. Please let me know. But before the pandemic, did they have food trucks down here? I'm just curious. This is the scene right now. I better get out the street. The light just changed. Yeah, it's pretty busy out here. So, question: did they have food trucks before the pandemic? Because I don't think that they did. I think that came after the pandemic. Let's go this way, because I just smell a lot of food, and I don't want to smell a bunch of food right now. Because I really want to get Chinese food earlier, but the place that I wanted to go, it closes in the middle of the day, you know? Actually, it's this place I used to go to all the time before the pandemic. Check out the Christmas tree. And then after the pandemic, I guess I just stopped going there. I don't know. I feel like after the pandemic, a lot of people start doing things different than before. But they basically had this really, really good meatless orange chicken. I forget what it was made out of. Soybean, I think that was made out of. But it was really, really good. I liked it a lot, but I don't think they have it there anymore. Well, I don't know if they do have, I think they do have it there. I just haven't been there. That Christmas tree is looking fala. There's Macy's. Macy's is popping over there. Okay, just pausing this part of the video because of the music. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Listen to the rain and the people laughing. I'm actually going to mute that out in the video because I kind of want to make money on these videos. Especially if it's going to be a long walking video, you know? And I don't want that little 10-second part of the video to disqualify this video, you know what I mean? So I think I'm gonna turn that part down, just to let y'all know. Let's go Powell Street. So I would go up Powell. Y'all need a hot dog? They're probably like $12 or something. But I would go up Powell Street, but there's not much on Powell Street. Somebody got rid of their shoes. They said, we done with these. They even put the socks in there with them joints. Dang. They said, we don't want these buddies no more. Yes, there is the city. Where is the city? I wonder, is that van gonna go straight? Technically, you're not supposed to drive down here, but, you know, it's a different day. It's a bunch of tourists around, so they don't know what's going on. You know what I really wanted to do, which I completely forgot about this. I didn't even think about doing this, but so last week when the power outage happened, someone told me you should have made a video. And I didn't even think about actually making a long video going around the city. I didn't even think about that. There's no way I could go live because it's weird. It's almost impossible to go live anymore in the city. I don't know why, but if I go live and try to walk around the city, it's gonna keep cutting out. And it's been like that for a couple years. That's why I really don't go live in the city anymore. If I do go live, I'll go live in the car and I'm not moving around, because that way the service is not bad. I'm in one spot, but if I move around, it's not gonna be alive anymore. It's just gonna be buffering the whole time. So that's why you haven't seen me, that's why I don't really do walking lives anymore. I see other people do them all the time. I don't know how they do them, but it's just really frustrating when I attempt to do it and it doesn't work. So that's why I haven't went live in so long. But if you want, I think we should go walk in the mall. The mall is so dead. I think there's only 3 or 4 stores open, which is insane. What happened to all the stores? I think it's only 2 restaurants open there now, which is just really sad, bro. 2 restaurants. But once again, that's why you see all those food trucks over there in the middle of the street, because during the holiday, you have just so many people coming to the city that people want to eat, you know. I wonder where you go to a bathroom at around here. Maybe Macy's or something. Because that's one problem with the city too. Like it can be hard to go to the bathroom sometimes. You know, that's why you see people like pissing and shitting on the street everywhere. Because when you gotta go, you gotta go. And you know, Starbucks now, they used to just let you go and use the bathroom, but now you have to buy something. So a lot of times I'll just buy like a $5 gift card and then use the gift card later, you know? So it's like I bought something, but I really didn't buy anything, you know? Kind of insane if you think about it. This is Burger King. I'm surprised this Burger King is still open, bro. But there's like no other Burger King I can think of really in the city. There's one on like on Van Ness. But there's not that many Burger Kings in the city. There's a few McDonald's left. It's crazy how like there's like so few places that people know of. That I believe that actually hurts the city though. You know? I know a lot of people from here just they like the mom and pop businesses, but once again, I hear people say this all the time when they go to Chinatown. The amount of people I hear say that they walk through Chinatown, they just don't know where to go to eat. So they just end up going back to Fisherman's Wharf and going to Hard Rock Cafe. And that's kind of sad, you know? That's kind of sad. I bet if it was like, because they just don't know where to go. Like there's so many places. Like if I was walking in Chinatown and I didn't have Google Maps, I wouldn't know where to go, bro. Yeah, I would have no idea where to go. And tourists do it all the time. So the lack of corporations can kind of be a bad thing, you know? It can be a really bad thing. This is the Westfield Mall. Looks like the Ray-Ban store is still open, you know? There's a couple places open. But the Ray-Ban store has a really good advantage because it's on the street level. Like you can see it on the street without going in the store. And it's actually a Ray-Ban store, like crazy. I actually went there, I think I bought a pair of Ray-Bans. I did buy a pair of Ray-Bans. I was really surprised I actually bought a pair of Ray-Bans from there, and I didn't buy them offline. And I bought another pair of Ray-Bans. Where else did I buy a second pair of Ray-Bans? I bought them. I think I bought them at like Best Buy or something. Ugh, Best Buy. Like, why did I give my money to Best Buy? I should have just bought them from Meta.com so Zuckerberg could have all the money, you know? Instead of giving it to Best Buy. Because I just don't like a lot of the I get why people hate the corporations, because a lot of them I hate, but I hate for different reasons. Sorry, someone was like listening to my conversation, so I kind of want to bounce in front of them so that all of y'all can listen to my conversation on the internet, you know? Let's go hit up 4th Street. Let's go hit up 4th Street. Yeah, there's the mall. Should we go in there? Let's pop in there real fast. So there's a security guard right at the door. So if we walk in, I'm gonna be a little stuffy with the camera. Let's do this. Alright. He's got his back turned, so we good. What we'll do, we'll get off the first level. We'll kind of walk around and then we'll work our way down. But this is the Westfield Mall, bro. Trust me. I want y'all to count how many stores are open. This is sad, bro. It really is. Okay, so we got, there's actually a handful of stores open, believe it or not. It is a nice place to come in and sit down and take a break, rest your feet if you want. You can probably charge your phone and stuff. It looks like that's what people are doing, just taking a break, you know. So we got H&M open. We got this old Echo store open. They sell shoes. That store is really strict about filming, bro. They're super anal about filming. I know people that got yelled at by them. I don't know why, but I mean, the store is not even that great, you know. It's just a basic shoe store. I don't even know why anyone would want to film in there. So the top level is closed because that's the best part of the whole mall. But they got it closed. But it was open a couple days ago for the mayor. The mayor had something going on up there. Yeah, H&M. There's H&M Kids. And there's the H&M Man and the regular H&M. And everything else is pretty much closed down. I actually kind of want to go in that H&M, but I'm not going to do it in this video. But I heard that H&M is actually closing in next month in January, so it's on its way out. This store, oh, there's the Eyebrows Plus. That's still open. You get your eyebrows done. This place right here, I don't even know how these places are in business. Like, it literally must be completely money laundering. I don't know anyone who is buying shoes like that for $1,000, bro. Yeah, I don't know anyone. You can get all those Nikes like off AliExpress for $50, you know. Nowadays, the fakes that China got, they look so good, you can't tell. You know, only people that would go in there and spend $600, $800, $1,000 on some shoes are people that for real, they just have to have a real thing and they have to know that they paid a certain price for it. Those are the only people, and we got security guards here. Those are the only people. So if they say anything for filming, we'll just say, okay, we'll leave, but we're not gonna cut the camera off. That's what you do. Because they don't want people filming the store because they don't want it to get out. Like, look how bad it looks. You know, if you own this mall and it looked this bad, would you want people coming in filming? No, you wouldn't. You would want to run them off, you know. This place is open. Wow, you gotta wait in line to get in there. 40% off. Wow, that place looks like look at this place. It looks like a mess, bro. Looks like a mess. Look at the food delivery dude in there with the helmet on, trying the shoes on. Oh, bro. This country has really changed, dog. It's like, you don't even take the helmet off to try the shoes on. So there's Foot Locker. That's still open. Are y'all counting how many stores open? It's not that many. There's Foot Locker, wow. We can go all the way downstairs now. There's nothing else open. Upstairs is closed. Wow. Like, I haven't bought shoes from a store since after the pandemic. You know, but also I just buy the same shoes, the same boring shoes over and over. But I don't know, maybe I should just go to a shoe store and like walk in and see, oh, I want these. Like, oh, let's try them on. Like, it'll be like the old-fashioned times, you know. This place is open. What is that? Oh, they're closed. How are they closed on the last day of the year? The last day of Christmas? The last day before Christmas? How are they closed? Like, aren't they losing out on money? Maybe they just gave up, bro. Maybe they're just like, look, forget it. We ain't making money no way, so we might as well close. What do they sell up in here? Oh, stuff for the house, like fancy stuff for the house. And they're closed. I wonder why. American made? Man, y'all should be open. But who knows? They probably already know what's up. Psycho Bunny. I remember this place was open. Did it close? I did not see it open over there. I think it moved next door and then it already closed again. This was a Samsonite store, a luggage store. Yeah, looks like they're not there anymore either. Bro, it's so crazy to see this place like this, right? It used to be thriving, man. No, I will say, now, I know y'all thinking that all malls are closed and all malls look like this, but that's not true. That is not true. That's not true at all. Stonestown, okay? Stonestown Mall on the other side of the city. Stonestown is popping, yo. Stonestown is really busy. I was there a couple days ago. I saw, Senator Scott Wiener there, and it was really busy. Huh? No recording? Okay, I'll leave. So I'm not gonna cut the camera off, but I'll leave. I'm gonna ask him why no recording. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave. Why no recording?
They just need to record a comment if you want to read it at the end of the sentence.
Oh, okay. They don't want people to see. No photographs either? Oh, okay.
We don't make it.
Yeah, I know. I'll just leave. Okay. Happy holiday. I mean, I told you they're gonna say something because they don't want people to see how dead it is. But that makes sense. I mean, once again, if you own this mall, would you want people to know how bad it is? Only thing we missed was downstairs. Everything is closed except for the Panda Express and the Shake Shack. I can't remember, but I think they said that one of those are closing. I can't remember which one. I think it was the Panda Express that's closing. But once again, I knew that was gonna happen. That's why when I went in, that's why I was kind of filming, so that way they wouldn't see me, And then when I was upstairs on the second floor, that's why I walked around that sign so the security guard wouldn't see me filming. And yeah, those people they just saw me, but I'm not tripping, I understand they're doing their job, but I'm not gonna stop filming because I'm making, a long video. So once again, they don't want people to see how bad it is, and I get it. So we'll just keep strolling. That's funny. I asked them, can you take pictures in here? And they're like, yeah, you can take pictures, but no video. That makes sense, That totally makes sense. I wonder if I was wearing a body cam, would they say anything? Because if I'm wearing a body cam, how would they know I'm filming? The camera could just be off. I don't know, it brings up really, really good questions. That's why I did not make a video at the other mall, because it was a bunch of security guards, and I didn't know if you could film in there or not. But then I thought maybe I would just wear the body cam or get that small DJI pocket camera, Here we have it. Now, this is a really cool building across the street. This is the old Mint. This building was built in, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was built in the 1800s. I went to a New Year's Eve party here last year. Bro, this place is massive inside. And like I say, it's one of those old buildings. And the rooms, each room is just enormous. And it was a Christmas party. No, New Year's Eve party. I actually went with someone to set up a couple days before. So I actually got to walk around this place with someone that was working there, setting it up. And it is a really cool building, bro. We definitely do not build buildings like this nowadays. It is a beautiful building inside. I mean, when I say beautiful, it's beautiful in the old school way. There's definitely needs some work, but it's not like a building that's in operation. Like they have parties there. You can rent it out for certain events. Every now and then a tech company will rent it out and have a party here. They have a really, really large courtyard in the middle. That's actually really quiet just because the building is so big. and like sound takes a while to carry through. But it's a really cool building. Really cool building. People walking around here. So, you know, when we had that big blackout last week, it was a bunch of these places. They had lights on. Now, of course, a lot of these places were not open, but you could see it had lights on. And I remember this restaurant down here. They were open. This restaurant, this diner on the corner. It was open and it was packed. Probably because, I mean, hey, you want some food? You're hungry? This place is open. They got power. There was also a bunch of people in the city too. It's a bunch of people in the city. I like it. I like it. I wonder what's gonna happen with the mall. Like, it's something I just wonder, because it's probably gonna close down soon. It's probably going to close down. Yes, but the Stonestown Mall is thriving, and there's a mall like. It's in Daly City, like Serramonte. It's another mall that's completely thriving. They're completely thriving. Some places are doing just great. It's just not this place. You know, I imagine if you go to the East Bay, oh, look at this bike lock here. I imagine if you go to the East Bay, it's quite similar too, you know. You know, you're gonna see places that are just thriving, places that are popping. Then also, I wonder the rent. I bet the rent it can't be cheap to have a place on the mall, bro. It cannot be cheap. It must be freaking expensive, right? It's a beautiful painting. It's in a good spot because it doesn't get hit by the sun too much, because the sun will fade those, but it's in a really, really good spot. I love how they do artwork like that. It's so beautiful. You know, it gives you something to look at instead of a boring gray wall. You know, you got something to look at, you know. There is Target. Y'all need to get on the bus. So right now we are at 38:27. No, 38. We are at 38:40. If y'all got this far in the video, let me know. Put it down in the comments. You know, the last couple of videos I made, I filmed it in log, which is not the right color profile. Yeah, I messed up with the color profile. Sorry about that, guys. Looks like now I got it fixed. Like right before I started this video, I changed the color profile. I like to just film from the camera, just naturally from the camera. But when you film in log, you gotta go back and add a filter on top. I don't like to do all of that. But it looks like my camera got switched to log, but I switched it back to the regular color format. What is going on here? Where's all the traffic? Why am I walking in the middle of the street? Okay, the light just changed. Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, just just making a little walking video. The real?
Yeah, bro, it's like $16 right now, bro. I saw one that was like $7. I should have bought it.
Bro, I lost a lot of money on that one. It went up and then it went down, but like now it's bounced again.
I lost some money on the big one. I bought a lot of IVIT, which is like a BlackRock ETF. Oh, that's
Oh, you drop your smokes?
yeah.
Dang, there it is. Wow. Beautiful. Look at the sky. The rain's about to come. Oh, so what else do you get?
Let me see.
My favorite ones right now is like SoFi, Robin Hood.
Oh, dude, I should have bought. I remember when SoFi was at 9, dog. I was like, man, this ain't going around something.
Hymns. I stopped buying it at like $11.
So I got this one right here, this SARO. This is a satellite company. They're doing a buyback pretty soon. Well, they already announced a buyback, but there's a buyback going on with that one. I got a lot of that one.
I bet. Yeah, BlackRock.
And I got that one too. I could have sold it when it was at 71, but I think it's going to go to like 100, so I'm keeping it.
Yeah, I think inflation is going to keep getting higher.
Yeah.
And if inflation keeps getting higher, it's going to push up all stocks. And it's going to push up the housing market too. Yeah, that's the bad thing about inflation. You know? But hopefully, if jobs actually pay more, it'll be easier to pay back your debts, you know? Okay, take care. Have a good one. Yeah. Okay, what is going on here? Yeah, it's fun to stop and talk to people on the street. It is so much fun. Man, what happened around here? Just another day in the city. No, we just made a big loop here. We just made a huge loop, and this is that block that had the food trucks. So we'll go through. Wow, how much more? Maybe we'll stop at like 50 minutes. You know, I like to do hour-long videos, but hour-long videos they're cool. I don't know, I think it's a little bit better if it's right under an hour. That's kind of how I like to go with the flow. This is the old Macy's. You know, they said that they were going to close down, but they haven't really came out with any news since they said they're going to close. So maybe they won't. This place is closing today. It's the last day it's open. I never even went in there. But I'm not a Logitech type person. I kind of like Apple, you know. But they have a, you know, really, really cool setup. You know, last day. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really need Logitech stuff. This is the more of the winter walk. I'm pretty sure the last day for this is probably today too. Because after Christmas, I don't think this is open really, you know? Happy holidays. Oh, Nintendo, they're giving out those hats. The little Nintendo hats. You can go over there. It's a paper hat if you didn't see it. But it has like a little, you know, the little letters on it. We'll walk down Gary Street actually. That's where we already came down that street. This part of Gary is actually still kind of popping. Yeah, this part of Gary didn't die. You know, there's some closed shops, but there's also a bunch of stuff that's open. You know, over there's some, you know, Chanel store, and we got all the buses blocking. Off to the right here is Neiman Marcus. It's still open, which I'm kind of surprised it's still open. I thought it would have closed by now. I mean, because Saks closed, so there are some places open. I'm really curious to know, like, if I'm wearing body cam, like, can I go in there? Like, if someone has their motorcycle helmet on and they have a camera on their helmet, would they say anything to them? I mean, these are legitimate questions, right? You know? These are legitimate questions. We are at 46 minutes. 45 minutes. Dang, we are just tick-tocking away. We are just tick-tocking away. I should go back to making these walking videos all the time. And so what? It can be the same streets, but I'll just talk about different stuff, you know? Okay, we're good. You know, sometimes when you see someone run a red light, like when that guy ran the red light, I actually thought I was running the light. So I'm like, wait, let me make sure I got this right. Okay, yeah, it is my turn to go, you know? Sometimes it can confuse you. There's Dolce & Gabbana. I remember doing the George Floyd rides. I was standing out there live streaming, and it was firefighters trying to go in because people had went in there, looted the place, and then they started a fire downstairs. And the firefighters were afraid to go in because they didn't know, like, if people were gonna, like, try to attack them. So I'm standing out there filming, and they're asking me, like, hey, you think we can go in? And I was like, yeah, I think so. You know, there's a fire going on, but they also have a sprinkler system. So I don't think it was much of a fire to put out, you know. If you got a sprinkler system, fires are very different, you know. Not much of a fire to fight. All these people are parking here right now. Like, all these cars are parking here. But this is tow away from 46. I'm just gonna tell this dude, hey bro, you parking here? Huh? You parking here? So it's tow away from 4 to 6. I don't know if they're towing today because it's a different day.
That's what I was saying.
But
they did. It says but it says no stopping from, I think, 7 to 4 p.m.
Yeah.
It's about to be 4 p.m. though.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're gonna tow cars, but I just wanted to say something before, you know, I saw you about to do it. I wanted to say something, you know. Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Yeah, have a good one. Yeah, like I said, I don't think they're gonna tow cars, but you never know, you know. They might try to tow a couple, you know. It's almost 4. But isn't today a holiday? Like, didn't, you know, y'all's president claim today like a federal holiday? I mean, if it's a federal holiday, I mean, I think the sign says excluding holidays, but it doesn't say what holidays. And of course, a leftist city like San Francisco is probably not gonna pay the new federal holidays any attention. I don't know, bro. This country is just going down the tubes. Look at that Cybertruck. That joint's fresh. That's the Foundation series too. Look at the front of it. Oh. Cybertruck, Cybertruck, Cybertruck. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a 60-second warning before I end the video because I'm almost out of space and it'll be right around that 50-minute mark. Yeah, this place right here, 8K subs, this is one of those places that popped up, you know. This one is on DoorDash. I wonder how long it'll be here, you know, because like I say, it's been a bunch of like little restaurants popping up. I, you know, just wonder how long will they make it, you know? Because if you have restaurants that have been here for 20 and 30 years that are closing down, how long are the new places gonna stay around? I mean, it's just something to think about, right? How long will they be around? Crazy. So for now, we're gonna wrap this one up. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. And peace out, y'all. Ow, ow, yow, yow.